So today we've got some fun activities to do, and it's the Reindeer Flight School. Where do I come up with these activities? Yeah, my brain is a little bit screwed. So yeah, well, welcome to December as well. So we're looking forward to sharing. We've got some special guests. We've got Chauntée. Chauntée, do you want to turn your video on and give us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Bruce. Good to see you.
It's great to see you. I'm looking forward to this.
Me too. I'm super excited. So my name is Chauntée Pitts, and I work for STEM Education Works, which is located in Lafayette, Indiana, by Purdue University, if anyone's familiar with that university. And I am the person who writes curriculum, and I train teachers on how to use robotics. And I was previously also an educator that taught STEM at a school in Texas. So I'm excited to talk about the fun stuff with Bruce.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So yeah, we've created some challenges, and we're going to test our knowledge. Did you try out? And I know, like a pre-thing, I did send you some of the challenges beforehand. So did you try any of them out, Chauntée?
So I explored a little bit on them. I will say it was really fun to look at like the coding cards in a more complex way, because I'm used to doing intro activities a lot because I'm getting people used to how to use them. So I actually was pretty floored with the complexity that you can actually do with them. I actually haven't veered into that world yet, so it was fun to get to do that. It was definitely a challenge, I will say, but a good one. Not too strenuous, but enough that I was like, yeah, this is not going to be like a real quick. It's going to be an actual think through it, which is good for me.
Yeah, so they're really like puzzles. Now,
Yeah.
these challenges that we're going to be talking about. So let me get on to the next slide here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how these coding cards, how we make the coding cards. We're going to talk about lesson plans and the lessons we've built. Now, these lessons are brand new. These are like fresh out of the box from yesterday. So we're still fine-tuning them, still a few errors, and there's one amazing person, Heather, and we're going to switch to Heather a little bit later in the webinar and get her feedback. And yeah, and then we're going to do some challenges with these challenge cards, and then all the free resources that we'll have as well. So let's, Chauntée, what do you know, this is how we develop the cards. So I'll just go a little bit about me as well. So my name is Bruce. I'm the founder of Kai's Education and co-founder, politically correct there. And I developed these cards, well, with a great team behind me as well, to really break down the concepts of what text coding is, right? Because trying to teach a young student what text coding is quite difficult. There's a lot of literacy components in there. You've got to put the commas and the dots, and everything has got to be in the right place. Otherwise, you get bugs, and lots of bugs. And that little comma can take an hour to find that bug. So what we did, we deconstructed Python text coding and built it into like over 100 individual coding cards. And these coding cards are, yes, basic. We can do a lot of the forwards, rights, and that kind of stuff. But what I like to do is scaffold the learning, right? So how do we go from the move forward, the BBot style stuff to, you know, more grade 4, grade 5, grade 6 activities, and really flex that you know, liquid brain we've got running around in our head. So yeah, that's it. What do you think about them, Chauntée?
So I will say, when I first met Bruce and Ronell, I was immediately like, if we don't hop on this, we're going to miss the boat. So I obviously feel very passionately about this. And as someone who taught bilingual students in Texas, students that didn't speak the same language as me, one of the things that I noticed right away with these is I would have loved them in my classroom, first off, because it gives them a like physical way of coding. And I just use little arrows to introduce it. But now, like, having these and actually teaching them correct terminology to me was mind-blowing and super exciting, because I think oftentimes we water down stuff because we're afraid ourselves, but these give us like the ability to feel a little more empowered. That's how I feel about it. I felt less scared of these than I did sitting down and coding on a computer when I was learning how to code.
Yeah. So in the chat, give us a shout out where you're coming in from and what you do. I can see we've got Sarah from Purdue. She's a Purdue graduate.
Yeah.
That's near you guys, isn't
Boiler up, boiler up.
it? What does that mean? What's boiler up?
They're the boiler makers. That's the phrase that they use for their school. And so everyone in this office is I didn't go there myself. I went to University of Richmond, which is in Virginia, but this is a pretty well-known school for engineering in the States. It's pretty high up.
We got Mike from Denver. Heather. So I'm rural. Oh, IL. Okay.
Illinois. That's really close. Yeah, I'm sure it's close to me then.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. So let's plot on. And if we can click the next slide. Okay, so coding challenges. Now we are going to test your brains here, right? So prepare to, grab a cup of coffee and really, we're going to really test them, because these challenges are made by one of our guys, and we tried them out, and we no, we can't even do them. How are kids going to do them, and if we can't do them? But we did try and simplify them down. So we've got 25 currently. We've got 25 coding card challenges, and this is a free resource. I'll give them out to you. So if you've got KaiBot, then you can use KaiBot with these coding challenges, and a complete screen-free way. Right? We're getting a bit tired of the devices and all the AI stuff. We bring it back, and we can make these challenges real puzzle gatherers, and with 3 levels of difficulty. So even if you don't have KaiBot, we're going to give you the free the coding cards in a printable, so you can print them out, and then you can just do the challenges even without a robot. So a really good free resource for doing these activities. Okay, so Chauntée, I don't know if you're going to be up to this one.
I don't know if I am either. I know I am. Let's go.
Okay, so let me see if I can get this lesson plan open and share the screen for that. So we'll go through this lesson plan. So I think you can see that okay. Yep.
I was going to say real quick, the one thing that I love is that this is after the kids have, I feel like this activity leads into after the kids have learned the concepts of how movement works. And so now it's like, okay, we've learned to move it. We understand forward means forward, left means left. But now how do we give them a challenge of actually breaking down their code and understanding it, which I feel like this is a great intro activity for that.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is okay. So currently, this is one of our introductory levels for grades 4 to 5. So it's kind of on the simpler side of things, but it still takes some puzzle thinking to try and work it out. So we've got all the standards aligned there. So we've got CSDA, ACARA's Australian standards, and TEKS as well. So what the students can do now. Some of these challenges are collaborative, so you can have 2 groups of students working simultaneously on tiles. And obviously you can use the blue magnetic tiles that KaiBot comes with, or you can use, and we will have a specialized mat for this, and we're going to give you a sneak peek of a product that's coming out soon. That's all these challenges are going to go with. So in this lesson, so we've got the overview. We're going to learn about loops, and a lot of you might know, obviously, loops. I mean, loops are quite straightforward. It's just a repeating sequence of code, and we're going to see what the students need is the coding cards, and getting into this, and so the loop cards, and in fact the coding cards. If you're not familiar with the coding cards actually have quite a good structure on them.
Yeah.
For instance, the brackets. The brackets all follow a coding, coding terminology. Not terminology. What is it? What's the word I'm looking for, Chauntée?
Wait, the brackets represent a coding language, like part of the coding language.
Yeah, the structure,
Yeah.
there's different types of brackets on the coding cards. Remember, we have
Syntax.
over 100 coding cards, and all of them connect with each other in a different way. The green asterisk that you see up in the top here, that means that you can add a number card to it. So it's like math. It helps you tell an order. Yes. So it's very structured. So much like you have a capital letter at the beginning of a sentence and a full stop at the end of the sentence. Well, if you open the bracket, you've got to close the bracket. If you open the door, you've got to close the door. So these brackets are very structured. If you leave it out, KaiBot is going to detect a bug. So, so just with the structure, you do need to add a number, or it's optional. But if in fact in the loop, it is required. So in this challenge, we're going to be doing about loops. There's going to be a lot of looping, and the challenge card is the Island Adventure. And I do have the challenge cards somewhere up on my screen here.
One thing I do want to say about loops is that it's a great way after you've taught, whether you're a science teacher or a math, like Heather said, you're teaching them the structure, especially in 4th and 5th grade, you're teaching a structure of like how to do PEMDAS, like how to read a mathematical equation. This is, to me, aligns great with that. So this is something you can actually throw in after teaching the concept of looking for loops or repeated things in mathematical equations, or like science, like the weather cycles and water cycles, and so that the kids understand that cycles can be used in different ways. That's what I like to talk about when I talk about loops.
Yeah. So so we've got loads of these challenges, right? And this is going to be a resource that is going to be available to us. So we covered the lesson. In fact, that's the challenge we're going to go to. So let me just switch back to the PowerPoint. So in this challenge, so I've got 3 challenges, time permitting. We've got a basic one, an easy one, it says. Movement, numbers, and loops. So that's what the outcome we're going to learn. And here's the challenge, Chauntée. So yeah. I'm going to have to like switch cameras and do some things here for this challenge. So anyone in the chat, you're welcome to put like, what do you think is the solution to get KaiBot to cover all this grid? Now, I've been redecorating. So hopefully you can see that.
Yep.
I've been redecorating the kitchen, actually. So I've got all these tiles here, and I've placed these magic tiles on here. So this is 49 tiles. It's a 7x7 grid. And there you can see all the tiles there. And that's what we're going to get KaiBot to code. So we're going to go, there's a 7x7 grid. KaiBot is starting on the bottom left tile. Use a loop, and I'm going to hopefully switch cameras to this one, and this is going to work. And I've got my coding cards here. Let's mix these up, get them around. So when you're ready, Chauntée, we're going to start in the bottom left corner. Putting you onto the spot here.
Love it. I'm ready. Throw me in, coach.
Okay, so any ideas on what the challenge is?
Yes. So the idea is, at least if I were teaching this, I would say I would start with, I want you to code it, just regular code it, and then find where you're seeing repetitive movement and see where you can add a loop.
Okay. So, well, we know we need to move forward. Let me see if I can switch cameras, because this one is very dark. So hold the line, because I'm getting feedback that it's very dark. So just get rid of this guy.
Heather said that there were 49 tiles in this, and said I only have 40, which I feel like isn't that going to be how many are going to come in the kit that you are making? That's going to be the extension kit for this.
Well, you can we have up to 60 tiles, right? That's you'll notice that I can use different numbers here. So if you've got if you've got a classroom set of like 3 sets of 30, you can do these challenges no problem, right? It doesn't,
Sure.
it's no problem. So, yeah, I see Natalie's having connection issues. Just refresh your browser, Natalie, if it's giving you a hard time. Yes, you can buy more tiles, Sally. So you don't have to use uniquely tiled numbers. What I'm trying to say is you can use different tile numbers or duplicates. It's not a problem.
So if you have 1 through 30 for 2 batches of it, it's okay to combine them.
You can combine it. Yeah.
Is what he's saying.
Now we are going to have a smaller mat because obviously this is quite a fair size.
Yes.
But this is a great size if you just got KaiBot tiles. But you can also do it with the new mat, which I'll reveal later in the episode. So okay, so we've got a KaiBot on the far left corner, just like the image on the screen. And you were going to give me some coding solutions for this.
All right.
So when you're ready.
So it's going to be forward 6.
Okay, so forward 6, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you need your loop at the beginning. Sorry. So loop. And we're going to repeat that 6 times.
Okay. I'm going to set you up for failure.
Sorry, 7 times. 7 times. My bad. Yep. Nope. 1, 2.
I do suggest a hint. Let's come back to the amount of times we loop.
Okay, yep, works for me. Yep.
Yeah.
So 6 and then turn right, forward 1.
Okay.
Turn right.
Forward 6, turn right. Then
forward 1, just forward, yeah, and then turn right.
And turn right. Okay. Yep.
And then 2. Oh wait, okay, and it's going to be 5 times, and then close your loop.
So what's the next card? Sorry.
You're going to end the loop.
In the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but do you see a problem when you get to the top? You're going to have to turn right and come down the line.
I'm going to have to turn right.
The bottom line, you've got to turn left.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yep, my bad.
So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do this again. So repeat that code.
Yeah.
So forward 6.
Oh yes, sorry. Yep.
Forward
and then
6. Turn.
Now that I didn't know that. Yep. Turn left.
We've got to invert this code basically. Turn left. Now I know this is a lot of movement cards, but this is a good challenge. Okay, so
yep. Okay.
So now we've got to. Okay, now
and then now we need to repeat it 3 times. So
now we need to repeat it 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, because it's 7 and 7's the odd number. So that's good thinking there. So repeat that 3. Hopefully everyone's following this, right? This is, I mean, this is getting a little bit challenging.
Yeah, don't put me on my own in the hot seat. You guys help me. Don't let me fail on my own.
Okay, we want the end loop down there. And then once we finish the loop, we're going to be, I think we're going to end up over, let's do this over here if this camera focuses. So I think we're going to end up on this row.
Right.
Facing left.
Yes, I think we're actually going to end up on the next row.
We're going to end up there, aren't we?
Yeah. And then we'll need to go forward 6 at the end. And I think we'll already be facing the right way too.
So then we need to, I guess we're going to have to replace that code and put it, down there again. So outside of the loop. So forward 6. And then just forward 6. Yeah. And that should do it. Yeah. Okay. let's get the KaiBot. Now, we do have a teacher guidebook to really to cheat. Teachers are allowed to cheat.
That's right. And these activities have like step-by-step helping you as the teacher know kind of what it looks like, and you're not going to be put on the spot to the extent that I am right now, which is good for me.
Yeah, the pressure cooker is on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Your skills are being tested. And this is the easy one, right?
That's right. I didn't do this one because I thought I figured it out quickly in my mind. So here we know, this is when we know it's not true.
It's funny how you can look at something and then, you know, let's see, the KaiBot might just drive over off the tiles. Let's hope, hopefully it's not. There is no wall to our robot farm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It can fall freely.
Bye, KaiBot. Okay. Woo. Dodge that bullet.
Oh, it stopped? Okay, good. I was like, oh no.
Oh, where did he go? What did we do wrong? Oh, I made a mistake. I think I tapped that forward twice.
Okay, so just so we know, it's user error, not code error.
Yeah, I think I
make sure that people know
twice. Okay, but we do have, and let me look at, if we go to the, I think it's this one over here. I'll put this on the screen. Well, KaiBot is busy driving along. So I think it's this one here. So we should see the solution down on this page. Okay.
It is a great problem solving activity. That's why I said, I would say that having them code it, they're going to start building it and seeing themselves repeating it and then running out of cards and not being able to do it without a loop, which will then provide you the chance to say, do you see anywhere that it's repeating, and then allow for the kids to problem solve.
Yeah, totally.
I love that.
So
and if you have groups of kids working together, you have multiple minds working together to figure it out too, which helps.
Okay, KaiBot's doing a good job. He's coming to the end here.
You should be left. Now we're going to do our last 6. Great question. Can you stop the code if you see a mistake?
Yes, I can just pick up KaiBot and then just put him onto there's a stop card, or I can just put him onto a run program card and then he just stops. So it does have a screen on it. So, oh, look at that. I might tap your screen. So when you tap the cards, KaiBot actually shows the functions on there. Now, we did talk about doing a loop. So if we do the loop card, and let's say the kid forgets to put a number and just scans forward, it does a bug alert card, bug alert on the screen. So it tells the student it's missing a number card. So the previous card was missing a number, which was the loop. So when you do scan,
so nice when you're a coder and you have to find it for yourself. It's a great way to teach the kids how to look for it also, which I love. It's like, hey, this is what you did wrong. See if you can fix it. And then later in life, they're going to be used to doing that when they have to fix their syntax because they left out a comma, like he was saying earlier. It gives them a chance to start practicing that problem solving.
Exactly.
And gives them correct wordage, like the word bug is a word used, and they see a visual representation as well, which I love.
Right. Now, I'm going to try and see if I can, and it doesn't look like I can change presenters to Heather.
Can I?
If you jump out for a second.
I'll say stop presenting so that you can then have.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
thank you.
Let's see there. Okay, let's try this now. Okay, I'm making Heather a presenter, so she should be coming in. Maybe Heather oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here it is. It just took it a minute.
Woo, that worked. How are you doing?
Wonderful. How about you?
Oh, great, great. I really appreciate all your help. This is the most amazing person for proofreading.
Oh,
We thought we had every issue nailed, and you're just cracking them open.
there's a reason I'm a copy editor, in addition to being a math teacher.
So this is Heather. Heather, tell us about yourself.
I'm Heather Brown. I live in Dixon, Illinois, in like the northwest corner of Illinois, so the opposite corner in the north of Chicago. I'm a K-5 math interventionist and STEAM teacher in Rock Falls, Illinois. Our entire school is preschool through 8th grade. This is okay, let me back up. Our entire district is preschool through 8th grade, and we have 220 kids in the entire district. So kind of to give you an idea how small we are.
Okay, so are you ready for your challenge?
No, because I've seen the solution to it.
Oh,
And I'm like, holy cow.
You've seen the solution. Yeah, but we can walk it through together.
Yes, I think we'll need to walk it through because I'm used to using robotics more with my younger kids. And so these are more advanced than what I'm used to.
So tell us about how you tried out these challenge cards and what grades did you test out these challenge cards on?
I haven't done these challenge cards yet with students because I just got them a few days ago and I took today off of school. And I only do STEAM once a week. But I plan on eventually using with 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders because I have some 3rd graders who can easily outcode me. And so to see them challenge each other, and I'm also tempted to pair up like my 3rd graders with my 5th graders and see how they work together as well.
Yeah, because we do some of these cards are in collaborative, and there will be more content coming, and that's the
Yes.
sneak peek at the end.
Yes.
Okay, so this challenge again. So what we're going to do is we're going to add on to our learning, and we're going to be learning loops, conditionals, conditional repeats, and variables. So Heather, in your words, what is a conditional repeat?
You repeat it if the conditions, I can't say it without using the words. If the conditions are correct, it gets repeated. If it is not, then it does not get repeated.
Yeah. It's funny when you start talking to like a coder, like you say, well, if this, then that, and then else, if it's not, then that. Yeah. And
Yes.
Yep. And I like to describe variables as a cardboard box of kittens. But you don't know how many kittens are in the cardboard box. Well, you can know. You can read the cardboard box and ask the cardboard box how many kittens are in the box. Or you can add more kittens to the box, or you can take them away. So I like to think of a variable as a cardboard box. And then you can just like add, subtract, use mathematical concepts with a variable. And a variable could be any number. So it's just a representation of what's inside of that. Yes. So let's do this one. Grid surveying. It's not that difficult. It's not that long and convoluted as the previous one, but it does really test your mind. Now I know a lot of the viewers, you don't have access to. Where's my camera? Here. Over all the cards that are available to us to see what is the solution to this problem. So it does make it a little bit harder for you guys at home or at school to be able to figure this solution out. But Heather's gonna walk us, well, myself and Heather's gonna walk you through this challenge. So let me just clean my my little desk up here. And then we're going to go.
Say, you're definitely going to have to walk me through it, even with the solution. I'm like, I don't understand it all.
Yeah. So let me just tidy up the desk quickly. Trying to keep all these cards in order is probably the biggest thing. I've just got this this IKEA box here. probably a fishing tackle box or something like that. And these cards just fit in perfectly.
That is perfect.
Oops, stop the camera. Okay, so we definitely need to start the right program record. Let's put the loops away.
And then when you get a chance, Bruce, can you make it so the card, the grid surveying card is larger so everyone can see it a little better?
That's a good idea. So is my video full screen at the moment?
Your video is full screen.
Okay, I've got an idea. I might just have to do a little bit of thing here. Is that better?
Now I see 2 grid surveyings.
That's okay. We can change the... No, we can't. You're going to have to live with 2 grid surveyings.
Okay.
It's a double or nothing.
That works.
That works. Oh, okay. But then we'll have to switch between the camera and... yeah, we have to switch between the camera. Okay, let me... I can change...
I would say at least now that you have the card up, everyone can see what it says.
Yeah. I think
and then we can probably take it away when we're ready to actually start the coding.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back. So we know we've got a grid. Let's read the rules. Okay. Choose a 2x2 grid anywhere on the mat. Place your KaiBot on any tile. So let's just switch cameras here, and we're going to choose a grid. So we're going to choose this grid here. I'm just going to segment this away from everything else so we can see that properly. So we've got this grid, and we're going to go back to this. No, not that. Wrong one. Too many devices. There we go. Okay, and we've got to place KaiBot on any tile. Well, we're going to copy the diagram that we've got. We're going to place it going forwards, upwards, and then turn right. So that's quite simple. To visit each tile within the grid without visiting any tile more than once. Okay, so we can't visit the same tile again. You must not use any loop cards, and you must not use any individual movement or turn card more than once.
Yeah, see, my simple solution was go loop the pattern of go forward 1, turn right, go forward 1, turn right, and just keep looping it. But you said I can't do it that way.
You can't do it because you can't use that
loop.
You can't use that loop. So, but we did have a hint in the previous PowerPoint. It says a conditional repeat and variables. Right. So I've got another solution on how to do it, but I think that would make it too simple. Okay. So we need to go, I'm just going to put the KaiBot there. We need to go forward, turn right, and forward. That's basically an upside down U shape. So it did say about conditional repeats. So I'm going to pull these out. So we're going to start a repeat. Let's look for a repeat until something happens, and then end repeat. Well, I've got some ideas. We know we need to go forwards right 3 times.
I think it's important to explain the difference between a loop and a repeat, though.
Yes. Okay. So let me just put the loop out. So we could use a loop for this because we could say, okay, let's duplicate the same code, right? We could say a simple way of doing this is repeat 3 times forwards right. Okay, but it did say we should use a loop.
Right.
Okay, so here, so a repeat is basically just keep on doing something a set number of times. Where a repeat is repeat forever until a condition is met. So a loop, you can't escape from that loop until it reaches that counter number. Okay.
Right.
A repeat, you can escape from the constant repeating based on a condition event.
Okay.
Okay. So we need to say that keep on repeating until, now we need to say 3, right? So we could say, there's different ways of doing this because we've got these operators. So we could say well, everything's been sorted very well, is greater than, we could say equals to, let's do equals to, keep it simple. Let's replace the 2 with the 3. Okay, so we need to say until something is equal to there. Now I can jump to the solution, but we also want to show the variable cards, right? So we've got this cardboard box of kittens. So the read variable card is going to tell us how many kittens are in the box. And we have a read tile number. So we could say when it gets to tile 55, there's always different ways to, solve a coding challenge. We could say when it gets to tile 55, then stop repeating. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes.
So we could say, for instance, this code here, read tile number equals, and I'll put the number 55, then it would stop repeating. So that's a valid thing, and it didn't say we couldn't do that. That is one solution. Another solution would be to set a variable. So here we've got the set variable card, and this is going to set it to a particular number. So let's just get some more real estate. So in our program, we would say set variable to 3. Oh no, what am I talking about? Set variable to 0. Okay, set variable to 0. And then repeat. I'm guessing this, right? So I'm going to make errors. I know that.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who's been struggling.
Okay, and I'm going to set that to 1. Okay, do you know what's going? Can you? Oh, hold on. I'm not giving you a whole picture here.
There we go. That's easier.
I'm going to get rid of that loop because it's going to confuse people. So, what do you think that code's going to do?
Okay, so the variable at the beginning is a 0, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then we're going to start the repeat, and then I can't see it. Then it sets the variable to 1 after that.
Yeah, it starts a repeat, and then it sets variable to 1.
And it goes forward and then right, and then it keeps going until it does it 3 times.
Until the variable equals 3.
Yes. So is it adding 1 each time it does it then?
Yes, it's adding 1. So every time it repeats, the set variable card, so we've got set variable, and we're adding 1 to it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then once it does it 3 times, it will stop.
Yeah, that's right. Now,
well,
I don't know if this is going to be because it's going to say 1. Now, my team are probably laughing at me and going, Bruce, you've forgotten how to code. So let's just test this out.
But you have a random repeat again at the end that doesn't have another repeat to go with it.
Where do you see that?
At the very end, before the end program card.
That's called an end repeat.
Oh, I thought you had an end repeat there after the turn right.
Okay, so let's just go over some code things here. So remember we talked about brackets. So let me just put this into. Let me just tidy this up and put this into like little. So what we've got our start program. We've got the set variable to 0. Okay.
Yes.
Then we have a start repeat and a repeat until. Now you notice the brackets.
They're facing each other.
They're curly brackets and they face each other. Now, notice the next set of brackets on the right-hand side and the left-hand side of these two cards. Little guys.
Oh, see, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so this is why it's very important to kind of look at the brackets on the cards, because that'll give you a telltale sign.
I got it. Okay. See, I'm learning something new.
Yeah. Now, also, remember that we took the Python cards, Python text code, and we made it into coding cards. Now, when you pair this with conundrum.com or Conundrum Lite, it'll actually convert these coding cards back into Python. And if you're using conundrum.com, which is our free platform, that you can actually convert the cards back into Python text code or Blockly code as well. So you can take these examples and put them into text code, and they translate perfectly.
Yes.
So if you forget these cards, right, because students will make the errors, as will I, and then let me just fix this camera, and then you can then test it out. So if you do forget a card, so let me just start again. So set the variable to 0, start the repeat process, increase the variable, whatever the variable is, whatever's inside the box, we're going to add 1 kitten to it. So currently there's 0 kittens, and at this stage on the first repeat, it's going to add 1 kitten to the box. I don't know why I'm using kittens. Forward, turn right. Then we're going to eat the end, not eat the repeat, end repeat. And then we're going to read how many kittens are in the box. And if it's equal to 3 kittens, then we're going to end the repeat and then stop the program. We could do a little dance in here if you wanted to, or do something fun. And then end the program.
An emotion or
yeah, a little emotion card. And if I find my run, there's my run program. Now, I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to test it out. So it's set, and on the screen, you won't be able to see, but it's actually setting the variable to 0. The variable is equal to 1 currently. So the screen actually tells you what the variable is currently. So the variable is adding 1. The variable equals 1. I think we've made a mistake. Okay, the variable is now, I think we made a mistake. Yeah. We should have set the initial number to 1.
okay. So it went 1 too far?
It went too far. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
now we know.
But you get the idea. Now, as all good teachers, we should always go to the document and double check what. So here's the lesson plan.
Can you
it
switch the
starts to
screens?
explain
Yes?
what that is. Sorry, what was that?
Can you switch the screens?
Oh, yes. There we go. So it explains the cards in detail. And it gives you an example between, just like your question, what's the difference between a loop and a repeat? Here's the answer. I should have set, what did I do wrong? Forward. Oh, no. Example. Oh, that's just an example. But we're on the same track.
That's not the actual solution because it doesn't have any turns in it.
Oh, you know what? You know where I went wrong? I know. I set the variable to 1 every time. I should have said increase the variable by 1.
Oh.
That's where I went wrong. So, yeah, look, human error. trying to do a webinar and do this. So yes, increase the variable by 1. And I said set it by 1 every time. So it was always 1. That's why it was 1 on the screen every time it turned.
See, I couldn't read the screen, so I wasn't sure what it was saying.
Yeah, okay. So there's the solution.
But that example, isn't that example of a way to solve the solve the puzzle? Or is that just an example of repeat?
It's an example of repeat. It is very close. It's just not, it's missing a turn right card.
Okay, I was going to say, I just questioned it because it's missing that turning spot.
Yeah, so we could just add a question mark in there. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the repeat continues until a condition comes true. I couldn't set it better. Yeah. So, yeah, how was that?
I learned a lot, which is wonderful.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, if you don't mind, I'm going to switch. If you don't mind, I could switch you out and get. I don't know why I can't get 2 people in at the same time. Technology. But what I can do is, if you jump out, then I can get Chauntée back in.
How do I jump out? Is the next question.
You should maybe right-click. Chauntée will have the answer.
I am looking.
I think you stop as a presenter or something.
But I don't see that as my problem.
I don't know if I can do it from this side. Oh, here we go. I think, there we go. Rudely cut off. And where is Chauntée gone? Oh, there you are, Chauntée. Okay. So Chauntée should be joining us shortly. Hey, did you manage to figure that one out?
That one was a lot more complex than mine, so I'm glad that Heather did that one.
And that's
I thought it was really good.
That's the medium.
That's right. I know that's the medium. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
No, but I do love that. I do think that is a common question. The whole, why should I use a repeat and not a loop? And what's the difference between a repeat and a loop? Which I also feel like that's a question that's commonly asked, but also the one we're going to talk about soon, or as another one of the activities is function. And people always want to know, why should I use a function instead of creating a variable? Or why should I use a function instead of, creating variables? Why should I use loops instead of repeat? So I do think that's a really great intro to explaining the differences between them.
Yeah. No, that's great. So this one is, I know we've only got like 10 minutes left. This one is the knighthood. Now, what if you solve this one? Yes, you do get a Kai knighthood.
Yes.
So anyone out there, feel free to take a snip tool of this challenge, and you can basically just remember this is a 7x7 grid, right? So you could just write a 7x7 grid and either get your clever students to try and solve this with the resources that I'm gonna make available. Actually, I'll start putting those out as handouts at the moment. So there is a bunch of handouts that I suggest you download, and resources. So those are all available now. So feel free to download the coding cards, the challenge cards, and then just print everything out, and you can get the kids to actually do that. And my PowerPoint has jumped ahead one screen. Okay, so this one is quite difficult.
Bruce, can you switch mine to making yours big so the screen is big for them and not my face, preferably?
Yes.
So they can see better?
There we go.
Nope, that's you. Nope. One more time. Try again.
What do you see? I see the big screen.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Me is still big. I'm just making sure.
Oh, you're big. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's. Ooh, how do I, am I big now?
Yep. And I don't
I
see
am?
any of the other ones.
Oh, okay.
And maybe yeah. Whatever you click that. There you go. Perfect.
Here we go. Okay.
That's perfect.
Learning all the time. Hey, isn't
Yeah.
it great? Okay, so this one, I know we got 10 minutes left. This one is a real difficult challenge. But you know, with young kids' brains, they can figure this out. So let's just switch over to our camera and fix this up. So what I laid out is I laid out all these tiles, as you can see there, and I've put the magic areas on the tiles, much like as in the screen you can see on the right-hand side. So it matches that. And you've got to use functions. So what I'm going to do quickly is just go over and just show you a basic of function. We won't do this challenge because time is not on our side, but I'm going to show you what is a function. So a function, and if I just clear the deck, clear this mess, I'm going to have to sort these cards out later. Okay. Well, with these cards, we've got a record end function and a record start function. So again, once again, note the brackets, right? The brackets are important. So you'll notice we also have Braille on our cards. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah, I can see it from here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks, yeah, it's very evident.
So we've got a record function start and a, tilt that down, a record function start, end function, and a run function. So what is a function? Well, a function is basically a mini program. For instance, if I say to the robot, turn forward and turn right, and if we had, what do you think, Chauntée, is going to happen if I have 4 run function cards here?
It's going to go forward and turn right 4 times.
Exactly. That's all a function is. It's basically a way to repeat a function, and the solution to that problem is basically using functions to record a sequence and then play that out a sequence. Now,
so oftentimes that I feel like the function comes into play when you're doing a loop. You have to put it in that same order, and it only can do it in that order. Whereas a function, you can add it in where you need it to, however many times that you need it. So instead of having it go in that order, you can add it in whenever you need it, and it's a way to not have to repeat yourself over and over again.
Yeah. So if we did a loop, we could repeat a function a set number of times.
But it allows you to add in other cards with that instead of just that one card. Yeah. If you need to add in more to it, it allows for that.
Because if we go back to the challenge, and it's using the typical chess, the chess movement of move forward 2 and turn right and move forward 1. So it's two steps and then a left or right turn and then a 1 step, or it's a 1 step and then a 2 step. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's a typical chess move, right? So, and you can see here, all these tiles are all these magic sections or magic tiles are 2 steps and 1 step away from each other. So you would do forward 2 and you can start on 1. So you'd get to the first one and then get to the second one by that 2 steps, 1 step. And it's either a left or right turn. I mean, that's how simple the solution is. But if we switch over to the knighthood lesson, which is here, and this is for grades 5, this challenge, and it's got functions. So let's have a look, see if the solution is here. That doesn't look like the solution.
There we go.
Right. Yeah, I think we're getting there.
I think there's one. I think it's bigger than that, actually.
It's bigger. Here it is. This is it. Yeah. It looks very complicated. But actually,
in there as the stipulation that they can't use loops, which requires them to figure out a function, which I love because we have to be able to show them the necessity of all of them. So it does provide that opportunity when you say no loops, now what?
Exactly. And it's like, okay, so we've got all these cards, right? We've got this whole, I like to call it a toolbox of coding cards.
Mm-hmm.
And in your toolbox, you've got to use the resources to complete the problem. So that gives them a new concept of like, okay, well, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. And kids love finding like shortcuts or ways to not break the rules, but get along with it and say, how can I solve the problem by doing this? It says I can't use loops, but what can I do? So yeah.
And it gives them a chance to really use an engineering forward thinking in that situation where we have things that work. Does it work? Yeah. Does it work? Great. Sure. But could you make it differently and make it more efficient, which is what engineering does. And I think that really does allow for the kids to think, oh, just because something works doesn't mean it has to go that way.
Yeah, exactly. So, so we've got all the handouts, the resources available. I really do appreciate. I know you guys have had Thanksgiving in New Zealand, where I'm coming from. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and I wish we did because it's a really important thing. And I really, want to give thanks to both yourself, Chauntée, and especially Heather as well. Heather, my heart goes out to you. Thanks. I wish, we could have you both on here and at the same time, technology pending.
Heather, you're not far away from me, so we're going to have to do some collaboration sometime soon. That's really not far. So I would love to spend some time with you.
Yeah, and we'd love to spend some time with you guys. Come on to New Zealand for a barbecue.
I will. Tell me when. I'm really excited though, Bruce. This whole dragon idea of bringing a game to life for these kids is incredible. As a nerd, I say thank you. I love it.
No, thank you very much. So yes, that is the sneak peek of.
Can we switch it so that one's the big one because you're big again?
Let me make that big again. Okay.
There you go.
There we go. Okay, so yeah, we are very excited. We are very pumped. The whole team has been working on this relentlessly. We've had artists, we've had designers, we've had so many people. Just I don't know, like how many people are involved. We've had about a dozen people just about involved with getting this product out. And we're going to have this at FETC and TCA. We're just waiting for the printing of it, and it will be its own mat. So it's got its own mat design. And really, we've had psychologists go over this, and really about mental health for the older grades. Grades 4 to 6 again. Challenge cards will be printed in there. There's a comic book. There's a lot of fun stuff in there. So if you want a copy of this, let us give us a shout out, and we can see if we can get you a sneak peek of it.
My mom is a mental health therapist at a public school system, and I showed her some of this stuff when I was with her at Thanksgiving, and she was like, this is an answer to so many things for us because it allows for it to be fun. It's reading required, emotional regulation, understanding how to process emotions and think through decisions. It's very mental health forward, but also still challenging and requiring them to problem solve, which all of those things combined is a beautiful box of exactly what educators are looking for. So I'm excited. I really am. I'm not kidding. I ran around my office today and was like, do y'all see what this is? Do you understand what this can be for us? And as a teacher that taught multiple grade levels, that taught in inner city schools and out in the rural areas, everybody needs it. This reaches everybody. And again, as a nerd, I'm like, comic book, yes. Dragons, yes. I love it.
That sounds awesome. So Sally, yeah, are you going to FETC or TCA, Chauntée?
So I was accepted to speak at FETC, but I also got accepted to speak at another conference at the same time that's happening at Purdue. And so Jake's going to be there in my place, and I'm going to be here. So I'm not coming to that one. Yeah, I was supposed to, but.
Well, no, awesome. So yeah, thanks everyone. I know it's on the dot. Thanks again to Heather and all your feedback. Going to be collaborating with our council on this when it comes out. We'll be sending you a copy. So yeah, no, I really appreciate you all, and yeah, have a good rest of your week. And I do have where is it? There we go. We've got to make that big again, shall we? Right hand. There we go. So yeah, I do appreciate you all. Have a great Christmas, and you guys are my stars. So and my friends. So thank you very much, and thanks for attending the webinar.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chauntée. See ya.